Okay, first leading off, we have the QI cover up, and this was a pre recorded video. And after the pre recorded video, we'll have a live Q&A. Once again, here is the cover up.
Hello, my name is Fuaye. Before I start our presentation, I would like to say this QCC is dedicated to George De La Rosa, a team member that is in our QCC team but is no longer with us due to COVID-19. Thank you for taking the time to listen to our presentation. Our QCC was recorded in order to follow CDC and Toyota guidelines on social distancing. This QCC was also recorded during downtime to prevent the removal of team members from the production line. This helped to reduce the possibility of blowout. Our QCC team name is the AIFI Cover-Ups. Our lead advisor is Luis Corpus. Our QCC lead is myself, Fua Yip. The timekeeper is David Ponce. The gatekeeper is Ed Sellers. The scriber is George De La Rosa. The minute taker is Johnny Ramos. And our two team members is Terry Wilcox and Cesar Chaparro. Our safety commitment is we will constantly strive to upgrade standardized work for the safety of the customer and the team member. Before starting our QCC, we wanted to see how much experience we had overall as a team. So we used the Circle Development Survey, and we tallied our score, and we got a score of a 2.05. And our two areas that we were strong at was at teamwork and ownership. Looking at the theme selection matrix, we had a total of 3 proposals. Our first one was left-hand VIP mutilation hazard from tools. That was our lowest, and we got a score of an 18. Next was right-hand seat recline. We got a score of a 20, and it was moderate. Next was engine cover clips, and we got a score of a 24, and that was our highest. We decided to attack engine cover clips because that was our highest issue. On right-hand number seat recline, another team is working on that issue. And now I will turn it over to David.
Hello, my name is David Ponce, and I will be presenting the first 2 steps. The following video will demonstrate the issue. Notice the team member struggles to unclip the engine cover. That is the issue we will be focusing on. Right-hand engine inspects hoses and appearance of parts underneath the engine cover. Engine covers have been coming into AIFI right-hand engine process, fully seated, and QI team members have had to unclip the cover to complete their inspections. This added 3 seconds of additional time to the process, possible misalignment issues, and muscle strain to the process. This issue resulted in a team member placing an X on his HYP due to discomfort from having to unclip the engine cover to complete the process. Team members also had to deviate from the standardized work to complete their process. Our goal is to provide team members with a process that is free of unnecessary muscle strain, added time, and standardized work deviations. The ideal situation is 0 clip engine covers coming into final line. Our current situation is 92 covers per shift coming into the final line. Therefore, the gap is 92 engine covers fully seated per shift versus 0 engine covers coming to the final line fully seated per shift. So breaking down the problem between Tundra and Tacoma, the situation is 80 Tundras coming into AIFI with engine covers fully seated per shift at an average of 20 per quarter, and 12 Tacoma engine covers coming into AIFI fully seated per shift at an average of 3 per quarter. We focus our activity to eliminate the seated engine covers for Tundra because it was a greater number. Therefore, by eliminating the Tundra issue, we may be able to eliminate the issue of both vehicles. Next, I will be followed by Terry Wilcox, who will present target setting.
Hello, my name is Terry Wilcox, and I will be explaining the target setting process. Our goal is to eliminate 80 Tundra engine covers clipped during the right-hand engine inspected by 3/20/20 As you can see on 21720, we started at 80 Tundra engine covers clipped, and our goal is by 3/2020 to have 0 engine covers clipped, which would give us a 100% reduction in Tundras. And since we are focusing on Tundras, by 3/2020, we should have an overall reduction of engine covers clipped of 87% for both vehicles. And now I'll pass it on to Ed Sellers for the next step.
My name is Ed Sellers, and looking at the root cause of the engine covers coming in clipped to the right-hand engine process, we considered 4 variables. There was no impact on material or machine, so we focused on man and method. Breaking down the man variable first, the engine cover is clipped by the final 3 TM. Why? Because the final 3 team member is following outdated standard of work. Why? Because the pilot group production group did not update the standard of work during the model change. Therefore, the final 3 team member is following outdated standard of work. Therefore, the engine cover is clipped on by the final 3 team member. So man could be a root cause, but upon investigating the method variable, which has the same steps, we found that the standard of work had been updated before the model change, but was then reverted back to the outdated process after the model change. So the new team members were seating the engine covers, and the more experienced team members were not. So method was the root cause, but the man variable was a contributing factor. Now I'll pass it on to George De La Rosa.
Good. My name is George De La Rosa, and the next step that we had to do was to develop a countermeasure. And to do that, we used 5 factors in determining our 3 scores. The first one was to add to right-hand engine team members' standardized work to unclip and clip the engine cover. And this gave us a score of 13, which was our lowest. And this would add bad ergo and takt time to the process. The second one was to have final group leader redline the standardized work to have the team members temporarily set the engine cover. This gave us a score of 19, which was our moderate score, and this would only be a temporary countermeasure due to the model change. And then our final one was to have QI pilot communicate with the septic pilot group to change the standardized work of the previous agreement. This gave us a score of 25, which was our highest. And this will eliminate CUDA and unnecessary strain to both final 3 and QI process. And this is the one we went with, so the score 25. So with this, I'm going to now hand it over to the next step, which is research.
Gensigen tool. Nowadays, this is a primary tool for investigation and problem solving in Toyota industry. In order to truly understand the situation, management presence on the production line played an essential role in this improvement. Hello, my name is Cesar Chaparro, and over the next few minutes, I will explain the measures taken to see the countermeasures through. On January 31st, 2020, QIGL Luis Corpus, in communication with Final 3 AM Michael Rattle, conducted a Gensigen Bluetooth to identify the actual site of the work problem. Once they identified the real location and what the real problem was, they collected facts and data by investigating and observing what was happening at the site where the problem was actually taking place. On February 3rd, 2020, Luis Corpus met with Valde Barrera of Pilot to review the previous versions of the WIS in Final 3. After comparing it with the current version, on 2/7/2020, QI Pilot GL communicated with Pilot to buy off from Final 3 on the WIS change request. On 2/14/20, Assembly Pilot updated the Final 3 WIS key points. From 2/17 to 3/17, all AIFI team members working certified in right-hand engine process tracked the data of clip engine covers coming on to Final 4. And lastly, on 6/15/20, GL Luis Corpus made a request to Pilot to update the pictures in the Final 3 WIS so the images could match the updated STW. All the steps mentioned were completed successfully. And now I'll pass it on to Johnny Ramos.
Hello, my name is Johnny Ramos, and we'll confirm results in process. And when we confirm the results in process, we can see that by March 20th, 2020, the target of 0 engine covers fully seated was achieved. Through Yucatan, we were able to reduce the total number of Tundra and Tacoma engine coverage clipped to 0. We exceeded our target from 87% to 100%. We were able to remove the additional 3 seconds of takt time from our process, and most importantly, have no X's on HYP. Also, there was an annual savings of $1,645 with the elimination of engine covers being clipped. And now I'll pass it on to Ed Sellers.
So, to be successful in standardizing the process, as shown in this picture from the WIS from Final 3, the instruction to fully seat the engine cover after installation has been removed. And we're in communication with Pilot to get the picture updated. With the cooperation of Final 3, there has been no clipped engine covers coming in to be inspected on Final 4. And now I'll pass it on to Fuad Yip.
After completing our QCC, we redid a circle development survey and we tallied the scores and we got a score of a 3.05 and we improved in all areas, as you can see. This was my first time leading a QCC. It was a challenge because all team members involved had different ideas and perspectives on our common goal should be. We not only had to put our differences aside, but also work together as a team to achieve our objective. I thank you all for giving me the opportunity to work with you and show you my QCC skills.
My team reflection, in reflection of the process with the QCC team, the cover-up, not only did this QC circle eliminate MUDA, but it also decreased the process time for both Final 3 and Final 4. It simplified the standard of work for Final 3 and decreased the chance of injury for all team members, eliminating bad ergo by not having Final 3 or Final 4 TMs use extra effort to clip or unclip the engine cover to complete their processes. My personal reflection on this QC circle was that I found myself more willing to step out of my comfort zone. I've always been able to follow direction, but through this process, I felt the urge to take action and encourage my fellow team members, use my theatrical background, and to employ my marketing and communication skills, which I haven't had the opportunity to use since completing college.
My reflection on this QC circle was getting to work with a new team leader, being able to work together with team members and successfully completing a quality circle to benefit all of us as one Team Toyota. And now I will pass it on to Johnny Ramos.
Thank you, Terry. My reflection is that through proper communication and the Genchi Genbutsu method, the target was achieved on all levels, affecting the team member and the process. And now I'll turn it over to George De La Rosa.
My reflection is how 2 minds came together to achieve one goal. We eliminated MUDA to both processes to help our team members, which gave us, we were able to achieve one team with one goal.
Okay, thank you, quality team. Before we go to a live Q&A, can you please unmute your mic to check audio, please? Thank you. You may begin your live Q&A presentation. Oh,
Again, thank you again for taking the time to listen to our presentation. Another main reason why we picked this theme was because it was connected to OSHA and HYP. And now I will turn it into questions.
okay, at this time, MSC members, if anybody has any comments or questions.
Sure, this is Inga. My safety commitment is to understand and eliminate risk in my area. So no questions. I've asked all my questions to the team. First of all, I do want to recognize George De La Rosa. He was a valuable member of our team, and every time I see him and see this video, it does bring back some memories. So thank you for memorializing him and using him in this QCC. I do want to thank the entire team for focusing on this safety issue from a QCC standpoint. I can see your teamwork. I understand how close you were. And the whole point of doing a QCC is to bring the team together to focus on an issue in your process so you can solve it and relieve a safety issue or a burden that's in that process. I want to say thank you also for working with Final 3 and the assembly team to fix or to update their standardized work. So we always want to create that cross collaboration or teamwork with other groups so that we can solve a problem. So I appreciate the good work that you've done. Thank you, Fu, for leading this QCC. Good job. Great job.
Thank you.
Hello, this is Kevin Vocal. So my safety commitment is I will promote a safety and health culture through my actions and engagements with others. So first of all, thank you for taking control of your self-development. And certainly it was honorable to have George in your video and make sure we could always remember that. I'm really impressed by the way you're taking on something that's meaningful to you and your team. And one question is, what's the feeling of the team members now that that's solved, and the morale of the team members for now that you're showing zero engine clip covers?
Morale is really great. They loved how they were able to work with another department and solve a problem all together.
Great. And then I guess out of this experience, you know, one of the things about quality circles is not just the solving the problems, but to be able to learn something about how really our principles of our company of the 8-step problem solving methodology. So out of you, how many are you encouraged that you would join another circle?
All of us.
Love that answer. So anyway, thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you again.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Now we would like to do the certificate. So the first certificate I'd like to give is to Fuwa. Thank you, Fuwa, for leading the QCC. Next certificate is to Luis Corpus. Luis, thank you for guiding your team in this QCC circle. Johnny Ramos, thank you once again for your hard work and dedication, Johnny. All right. We always appreciate it. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And Ed, thank you for always bringing your entertainment skills to the quality circles. We greatly appreciate it, Ed. You have a wonderful day. Definitely. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, quality team. Let's give it up. Another round of applause, everyone. Please unmute your mics.